Welcome, dear children. Today we are going to start our next chapter, which is chapter number 4, Whole Numbers. In our daily life, we generally ask our mom to give us one chapati, or to give 2 apples, or we ask our friends to give us 3 pens, or many such things. The numbers 1, 2, 3 in these examples are specifying the number of objects needed. So when we count a set of objects, we start counting from 1 and then go on to 2, 3, 4 and so on. This is the natural way of counting any set of objects. Hence, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on are called counting numbers or natural numbers. Now suppose there are 3 apples in a plate. You have distributed 1 apple to each of your 3 friends. So how many apples are left in the plate? No apple is left in the plate. So we should have a number to specify the absence of any object, which is represented by 0. So when 0 is added to the set of natural number, a new set of number is formed, which is known as whole numbers. So whole numbers is a combination of 0 with natural numbers. Here you can see that the whole numbers are represented by a set of natural numbers plus 0. Let us talk about a number line. A number line starting from 0 and marked 1, 2, 3, 4 at equal distances on the right hand side of 0 is called the number line representing whole numbers. In this number line, you can see that the starting point is 0 and then it is marked at equal distances starting from the number 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. The arrow shown here is indicating that the line can be extended towards right hand side indefinitely. Now as you understand about whole numbers, so let us talk about properties of addition and subtraction of whole numbers. The first property is called the closure property, which says that the sum of 2 whole numbers is always a whole number. Consider an example. Let A, B and C are 3 whole numbers. So when you add any 2 of these whole numbers, suppose A and B, result is also a whole number, which is represented by C. For example, 2 plus 3 gives you 5, where 2, 3 and 5 all are whole numbers. Consider another example, 2 minus 3. 2 is a smaller number and 3 is a bigger number. So when you try to subtract 3 from a smaller number 2, answer is minus 1, which is an integer and not a whole number. So closure property is not applicable on subtraction of whole number. Now let us talk about the next property, which is called the commutative property of whole numbers. The commutative property says the order of addends will not change the sum. For example, you want to add 7 and 4. 7 plus 4 gives you 11. Or if you add in the reverse order, that is 4 plus 7, it will also give you 11. It means you add them in any order, result will remain the same. Suppose A and B are 2 whole numbers. So A plus B is equals to B plus A. Let us consider an example. Suppose you have 4 red apples and 2 green apples. If you add them, so you will get 6 apples, 2 green and 4 red. If you try to add in a different order, that is adding 2 green apples first and then adding 4 red apples, again the sum will remain the same. Still you will get 6 apples in all. It means that commutative property holds good for addition of whole number but it does not hold good for subtraction of whole numbers. For example, 5 minus 4 is equals to 1. But when we look at 4 minus 5, imagine that you have 4 apples. So can you eat 5 apples out of these 4 apples? This is not possible. So 4 minus 5 is not equals to 5 minus 4. It means A minus B is not equals to B minus A. Let us look at the next property, which is called associative property of addition of whole numbers. In the addition of whole numbers, the sum does not change even if the grouping is changed. Consider 3 whole numbers A, B and C. If you have to add them, so first you can add any 2 whole numbers, for example B plus C. When you add B plus C, and the sum will be added to A. Or there is another way of addition in which you can add A and B first, and to the sum you can add C. So according to associative property of addition of whole numbers, both the sums will remain same. Let us consider an example. Suppose you have 3 red mugs, 4 yellow mugs and 5 green mugs. And if you have to find out the total number of mugs you have, first you can add 3 and 4. That is 3 red mugs and 4 yellow mugs. The sum will be 7. And when you add 5 green mugs to it, you will get the sum as 12. Another way of addition is that first you add 4 yellow mugs and 5 green mugs. This will give you 9. To the sum, when you will add 3 red mugs, you will get the total number of mugs again as 12, which indicates that you can add any 2 numbers first, and to the sum you can add the third number. The result will remain the same. This property is not applicable on subtraction of whole numbers. Consider 3 whole numbers 2, 5 and 11. Let us try to subtract 11 minus 5 first, which will give you 6. Now from 6, when you will subtract 2, result is 4. Another way of subtraction is do 5 minus 2 first, which will give you 3. From 11, when you will subtract 3, answer is 8. You can see that 4 is not equals to 8. It means this property is not applicable on subtraction of whole numbers. The next property is called additive identity. Additive identity of a whole number is 0 because it maintains the value of a number during the operation of addition. In simple words, when you add 0 to a number, result is the number itself. It means the number maintains its identity even after addition with 0. Let A is a whole number, then A plus 0 is equals to A. You can see in this example, in the first bowl there are 2 apples. You are adding it to a ball having 0 number of apples. So answer is 2 apples in the bowl, which means when you add 2 to 0, answer is 2 itself. Next property is called property of 0. This property says when 0 is subtracted from any whole number, the result is the number itself. For example, 3 minus 0 is 3. Or you can say that A minus 0 is A, where A is a whole number. Now let us try to solve some questions based on associative property of whole numbers. In the first question, there are 3 whole numbers 87, 64 and 36. You have to add them because there is a plus sign between them. But the question is, which 2 whole numbers should be added first? According to associative property, you can add any 2 whole numbers first. But here we should do some smart work. The last digit of these three whole numbers are 7, 4 and 6. 4 and 6, when you add them, will give you 10. It means if you will add 64 and 36 first, the answer is 100. And when you add 100 to 87, answer is 187. If you can do this work smartly, this will reduce the calculation work and makes the calculation easier. In the second question is 367 plus 243 plus 57. In this question again, you can pair any two numbers first for addition. So, I have paired 243 and 57 first. That will give me 300. 300 plus 367, answer is 667. If you pair any other two numbers first, then also result will remain the same. The next question is to name the property. Here you can see that some questions are given you in which you have to identify the property of whole numbers. So the first question is 19 plus 63 is equal to 63 plus 19. It means same numbers are added in different order. Do you remember which property is this? Yes, this is the commutative property of addition of whole numbers. In the B part, you can see 20 is added to 0 and in the sum it maintains its identity and it remains 20 only. Can you identify this property? Yes children, this is additive identity. In the C part, 23 and 16 has to be added. So, in the first part, 20 and 3 is added first and then to the sum 16 will be added. And in the second part, 20 will be added to the sum of 3 and 16. Here, the numbers are grouped in different ways, but the numbers are same. Can you identify this property? Yes children, this is the associative property of addition of whole numbers. In the last property, you can see 2 plus 6 is equal to 8, where 2, 6, 8 all are whole numbers. Can you identify this property? Yes children, when you add two whole numbers, the sum is also a whole number, is closure property of addition of whole numbers. There are some more questions of same pattern given in exercise 4A in your book. Please try to solve these questions, and to help you, I will share the solution of these questions in your class groups. Thank you children.